Did you know AJ, or you just...
No, I did not. No, I legitimately did not know. I knew Lucan would be back because Jake never really killed him off per se. So I knew like one of these days he'd just be like, "Oh, and it's Lucan." You know, I just didn't know that would be now.
The fucking dick who just leaves us.
Yeah, I would get
Pretty sure he had no choice.
He didn't leave us by choice, though. Yeah, he...
Yeah, it's called fucking up a will save.
Oh,
congrats.
By the way, Jake, I just want to specify this. Nix drops the crew member off and Jackson away from everybody else.
Okay.
And then he goes back into my shadow.
Okay.
And I'm back into a human, not a sylph. That's where I land.
But yes, I still ask Lucan, where has he been?
So Lucan like rubs his face. Is like, wow, thanks. Nice to see you too. And so you asked him where he's been. He kind of like shoots a look at Missy, and if you follow his gaze, Missy kind of looks really embarrassed and kind of like looks away. And
I called it. I said that, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Jake, you must have missed it. I was like, oh, watch, that Missy was just too tired of waiting for Lucan to come back, so she just found some way to summon him home. Once you go back and onto the recording, you'll hear it. I said
I don't remember you saying that.
No, you were away from the computer.
Yeah.
Go back in the recording, I said it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and then I was like, yeah, Lucan just probably joined the organization. Like, that's it. Like,
that's funny.
So I say in character, so she brought you back?
And he's like, Lucan's like, yeah, why don't we go into that cabin over there and we can have a talk?
We better have a talk.
wait, just you two or all of us?
All of us.
I
And,
assume
like, and he goes, who's this guy?
Who, kid?
And he points
kid?
at, yeah, who's this kid that you have now? Like, he's like, what, you have 2 kids now?
Well, okay, he's not a kid. He's an adult. And 2, he helped us because you left us.
And Roland goes, listen, Lucan, don't even get him started.
He's your replacement because you were too much of a bitch.
Mommy, I'm scared of the dragon man.
Ada would have never left.
So, are you guys going to sit down and have a conversation with your old pal Lucan and the organization members?
Hell yeah.
The fuck?
Yes, I go to Tempe and I say hello and hi in his language and say that I miss him.
Yeah, so in Ademic, like you take your hand, like with your thumb like this and cross it against your heart or your chest. And then do a nod, which is Ademic for honorable greeting. He returns it, and he does one of his weird Tempe smiles that never look exactly right on his face because most of the time he's completely stoic face, like, yes, we are now ready to fight. But like he does like. Because
that forced smile look.
He's just like, this is how you do it, right? And he's like, it is good to see you.
Very good, Tempe. I will take it.
Nice. I've been practicing my smile.
He still has robot hands, right?
Yes, he does.
Hands treat you good, I'm guessing.
And well, I mean, he was able to do the symbol pretty well.
Fair enough.
He's like, yes, it took some time to get used to, but they are now very useful tools.
Yeah, maybe. Go into the cabin.
Okay. You guys go in the cabin, and there are places to sit. People, I mean, there's a lot. You guys have a large group with you.
Yeah.
You have.
Does anyone have a shot because we're visiting all of our old friends?
No shit, I wish I had one. This has been a very interesting session so far.
I'm enjoying this session so much.
All right, yeah, I got a shot.
Give me a sec.
I don't have one.
I don't either.
I gotta open it up. My hands are too slippery right now. Fucking hell.
I I did not expect us to meet all of these people again.
All right, I finally got it off.
I don't even know who they are.
I don't know who they are in character.
In character, or out of character.
But out of character, I know who
In
they
character,
are.
yes.
I'm saying out of character. Like, hey, you guys, we get to meet all these people again.
Yeah, I know, right? Who the fuck are these people?
So who all is it right now, Jake, from the organization? It's Sickly
It
Mouse,
is
it's
Sickly
Missy,
Mouse, Missy, Tempe,
Tempe,
and
Lucan, I guess.
Lucan is in the room. Roland's in the room. Lily's in the room. You guys, and the crew members.
It's a fucking party in here.
Yeah, it's
Sweet.
crowded.
All right, but
We
cheers.
have a lot to discuss. Cheers, y'all.
Ugh. Yum bourbon.
All right. So you guys all sit down. Everybody kind of gets settled in. The crew members are like talking to each other and like talking to Roland. So they're a little distracted right now. Lily is just like attached to Roland, like
Yeah.
like holding his legs so freaking tight, like he has to like walk with her, like yeah. All right, guys, I know this shit just got destroyed. We'll find something that we're gonna do. Let's just chill out here, grab something to eat, and we'll find out what our options are.
Yeah, good thing we didn't take those rations, right?
Right?
Planned ahead.
We did not plan ahead.
We knew it. We knew we were gonna have to come back.
Fuck it. I'm gonna make a food. I'm making food real quick on the stove. It's
Okay.
gonna be like a stew.
I can imagine. You can listen to the conversation that's being had.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a very small cabin.
Yeah, I'm making stew for everybody.
Okay.
So I gotta eat bland crap.
Yep.
So yeah.
You got a lot of cooking to do. There's a lot more people here than you're used to.
Oh, and how many spices am I gonna use for this?
Just one. I'm not gonna
Okay.
penalize you for that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna cook for everybody because we all need a good meal right now.
Mm-hmm.
After surviving that shit, I mean, granted, you lost the skills challenge, so you lost Roland's ship, but you're not dead.
Right.
I can give him mine. It's all right. It's fine.
So, excuse me, Lucan sits down, and he sits and Sickly Mouse doesn't sit down. She's kind of like looking around the room at different stuff, and like picking things up and just investigating the room. So she's like not paying attention to this at all. Tempe doesn't take a seat. He stands like pretty much perfectly still. It looks like he's just like just staring and staring at you guys, but just like staring. Missy sits down and next to Lucan, and like she holds her hand out, and then Lucan grabs her hand when they sit next to each other. So I'm assuming you guys all sit down.
Yes.
Is he whipped? Is Lucan whipped?
Obi stands.
Okay.
Jackson's cooking, but he's close by.
I'm gonna stand as well.
Jake,
Yeah.
I don't know if you want. I probably shouldn't mention this, but I don't know if you want to throw perceptions for them because of my shadow.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that.
Okay.
Okay.
There's somebody in the room there's two people in the room that are probably gonna have a very private conversation with you. One, it being a person that's seen shit like this before, but probably does because he knows what it. He's probably seen it, but he doesn't want to bring it up because he doesn't want to freak everyone out.
Right.
So don't worry, you'll be having a conversation with yourself soon enough.
Right.
Awesome.
That's not something. I was like, you're gonna have to talk with yourself. Okay, but anyway. Okay.
So Lucan is sitting there and he's like, so, good to see you guys. Glad you're not dead. So to explain, what happened was, it wasn't my fault. And he looks over to Missy, and Missy's like, I know, I've heard it 100 times. And he's like, they asked, they want to know, they want to know the story, so they're going to hear the story, because they think I'm an asshole. Like,
You got slapped for it.
Yeah. So, essentially, what happened, and he's like, well, Missy, you tell them, I mean, Rhea will be able to understand what happened from the last time they saw you, and then it'll make more sense of what happened to me. And Missy's like, all right, fine. So, in the Astral Sea, when the Hawksbill was about to be blown up, my sister had stolen the knife from the Fourth Old Inspector again. And luckily, when we all ran up onto the deck of the Hawksbill to make sure that to see you guys rocketing through the void, or the cyst, that huge creature came out of the sky and was about to blast the Hawksbill. My sister opened a much bigger rift in reality than she's ever made before, and pretty much threw everyone she could inside, and then only had enough time to seal up the rift, or the opening again, just before the Hawksbill blew up. So me, Tempe, Sickly Mouse, and Melancholy Minstrel are the only people that got out before what we now understand that the Hawksbill had been exploded, now that Lucan told me what happened. So everyone on the Hawksbill has perished.
Oh, poor men.
Wait, even your sister?
Yes, and she's like, that had a lot to do with what happened next. So after that, I didn't hear. I wound up on the natural. We all wound up here in the natural world. Tried to get ourselves together. Tried to find our way back to the Astral Sea. Things have been difficult because this world is really screwed up. And Lucan goes, "You have no idea, dude." So we tried to pick up where we left off and try to get back to the Astral Sea because we didn't have the knife anymore. So we couldn't really jump between, dimensions. I tried to contact Lucan, and it kept coming back that nothing was getting through. So I had assumed that he had been killed. So that, on top of losing almost the entire organization and losing my sister, I just kind of lost it for a little bit and started to research ways to try to bring them back, starting with Lucan. I dabbled in, and Rhea can remember, like, Missy is a wizard.
Yeah.
So she's very magic-based. She's like, I tried to dabble into magics I shouldn't have.
Necromancy, yeah.
Shouldn't have been doing. And I thought I knew that Lucan was dead, so I figured I knew where I was going to be pulling him from. And unfortunately, I didn't get him, I got somebody else instead. And Lucan goes, yeah, my brother. So there was a solo scene with me and Lucan that Lucan had died in book 2. And he had gone to a place and was talking to his brother on the shore, and his brother just disappeared. And he's like, "Wait a minute!" and then snapped out of that. That's what was going on.
Okay, that makes okay.
I can read after the end of this session. I'll read that now, so you guys can understand what he heard in that solo part. So that also, since I haven't been writing the history lately, I've been recording everything. I'll do it just for the record. But yeah, so Lucan goes, yeah, my brother. So, and then Missy's face turns really red, and she's like, I've said I was sorry a million times. And he goes, and Lucan goes, I know, it's just, anyway, continue. And she goes, anyway, so after that happened, I knew I had screwed up and knew that if I was ever going to try this again, I needed to do it right. and spent a couple years narrowing it down, and finally was confident enough that I could, wherever he was, because at that point when I pulled his brother, it must have pulled like the nearest thing, because I knew I was close, but it was, my magic was off. So I could tell that when I was playing around with spells that Lucan wasn't wherever his brother was. And I don't want to assume that Lucan understood where he was or not, but that might be actually something that AJ can answer. But Missy goes, at that point I didn't think he was dead anymore. So I expanded my search to where else he could be. So eventually was able to have enough confidence to be like, wherever he is, I can get him. We spent time and money and all that kind of stuff, and we were successful in retrieving him. And Lucan's like, yeah, that's where last time I saw you guys, I was about to get my head chopped off, and then I just disappeared. It's because she brought me back here.
I mean, I guess it was good he didn't die, but he left us.
He's like, again, not my fault.
And then Obi just appeared in your place.
Yeah, and Lucan's like, yeah, I don't even know what's going on with that. Like,
Well, he showed up because of a different reason.
Right, but it's just so convenient, isn't it? Like, it's just...
so wait, you found this guy in the Feywild?
Yes.
Okay. Well, did you guys get all the bangles on the monarchs?
Yes
Yep.
and no.
What do you mean, yes and no?
So we did get all the bangles on them, which was really hard, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I was helping.
And then Waldo, Elder Hammond died, and Waldo was upset, so he had the bangle that Elder Hammond had and used it to trap all the monarchs and the bangles, and then banished us from the Feywild, said the doors are closed. So, and we woke up on this island, and
I
here we
leave
are.
you guys for 2 years and see what happens. This is what happens.
So we were gone for, you've been back for 2 years.
Yeah, I've been here for 2 years.
But it's only been a couple of months where we were.
It's been like maybe a couple weeks since we last saw you.
He's like, yeah, well, I figured there was a time issue, because when I got back here, 5 years had passed.
Yeah,
And we come to figure that out too, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I get you. I've dealt with the same shit.
So it's just, we're going to have to go back at some point because...
Well, yeah, it doesn't sound like you guys finished the mission.
No, thanks.
Well, I just...
You didn't finish the mission either. Don't be acting like that.
So what,
Jackson will
Lucan,
give you sass while he's cooking.
Lucan, what have you been doing since you came back here?
So he looks to Ray and he's like, yeah, see, here's the thing. When we were in the Astral Sea, I don't know if Ray has told you, but we kind of didn't make a deal with Asmodeus, which now that like I'm kind of full-time organization here in the natural world, and we're all that's left. We've been trying to do research and get communications to the Astral Sea. Apparently, yeah, Asmodeus not getting involved with the treaty was a bad thing, because that battle like pretty much depleted everybody's resources except his. So he didn't have to sacrifice anything. And he already had the biggest army, and so apparently Bahamut is dead. So
Oh, shit.
the treaty can't be re-signed the way it was because not all the right signatories are there. And two, apparently the Raven Queen isn't the Raven Queen anymore. She's going by some other name now that we haven't really been able to ascertain. So, and the only really way that could be is, and Missy chimes up. She's like, Lucan was holding the Rod of Wonder that had a piece of the Raven Queen's soul trapped in it. Now that her soul has been completed again, she's now something different. So that both of pieces of her soul are together. She's not the Raven Queen anymore. She's this other thing.
What's she called now?
We don't know yet. We're still trying to find that out.
Better not be Habuki.
And so Asmodeus, from what we can understand, has, with the treaty not being able to be signed, it's kind of like there are no rules anymore. So, like, what held the gods back from, like, invading each other's cities and that kind of stuff, and, you know, that's the reason why clerics and stuff like that exist. And honestly, that's the reason why the organization existed. The organization existed as an intermediary for things to get done, because if you follow a certain god, you cannot enter their city. So that's why we created they created the organization, so that we could run, espionage missions without being religiously connected to anybody, so we could come and go as we please. Well, now it doesn't really make a difference, because the treaty is down. It's still not re-signed because it can't be re-signed, because a new treaty has to be made, because one of the fucking signers is dead, and the other one isn't the same being anymore. And people like Asmodeus like it that way, because they're like, well, I don't have to re-sign the treaty that was holding me back in the first place. So he's found a way to pretty much increase his influence here in the natural world, and fucking churches of Asmodeus are popping up like fucking daisies. And, it's hard. We're trying to do the best we can to keep it under control on our end. But, I mean, we are who we are. It's just us trying to run interference.
I thought you said Melancholy Minstrel got out.
He did. Apparently, and Missy goes, yeah, he did. Once we realized everything was kind of went to shit, he had been summoned by Lulth to go and help run her new church in Tarvalin.
Why would he do that? Oh, wait,
he's a drow.
Oh. I forgot he was a drow. Oh. Okay.
Remember that church that...
Yeah.
That was promised to Lulth? Yeah. You guys are kind of like dealing with your own war crimes right now.
Well,
I wasn't part of that.
Yeah, Jackson's not part of that.
Yeah, me and Jackson are fine. We're good.
So
Hey, this isn't even my world, bitch.
So what are you doing on range? Like, how did you know we were here? Like, what do you do?
Well, Lucan's like, I figured, obviously what happened to me was a freak accident, but I figured you guys would, finish the mission eventually, and Elder Hammond would send you back with the Lodestone Resonator. And when you did, I asked Missy and Sickly Mouse to concoct a magical machine that's like to scan for, your residences when you guys re-entered the natural world. The machine went off, and we tried to get here as soon as we could.
Huh.
We figured
now
we'd be
serving food, by the way.
awesome. So, you guys are given bowls of stew, and there is bread too. So,
Well, thanks for coming when you did.
he's like, yeah, we got here as soon as we could. I mean, I assumed you guys were going to be coming back and like mission done, so you guys could help us with this problem that we kind of had a hand in doing.
Okay, it's not entirely our fault. We can't
No,
control.
dude, I'm not saying it's entirely our fault. I'm just saying that
And so, yes, we not we have to do what we did to help overall everything in the circle. You know what I mean?
Right. So, but from the sounds of it, the mission is not complete yet. So, what is your guys' plan now?
Well, obviously, so you guys know how to get past the net that's around Ring 2.
Oh no, we haven't been to Ring 1.
So you've been in
Bookshelves.
danger this whole time.
He's like, he points to Roland. He's like, he's the only one that we know of that's ever gotten past it. Because he steals Ring 2's weaponry to get Ring 2's weaponry is the only thing they can get through that blockade.
That's just all I'm asking, though, then. It was like, so you guys have been on Ring 2 this whole entire time?
No, we've been on other rings. We just came to Ring 2 because this is where the beacon said you guys were.
Well, how did you get past the net is what I'm asking.
They've never been to Ring 1. They're only been to Ring 2 and below since he's been back.
Oh, so we just can't get up.
You can't get up.
Right.
You can go down, but you can't go up.
Well, that's not good.
Oh.
I look at Roland and ask him if he managed to grab some canisters or anything like that.
He's like,
that we stole.
The only things that I could do was keep the ship straight. Those canisters probably went down with the ship.
So we need more canisters?
Or Ring 2 technology. Hint, hint. You have Ring 2 technology
Last
somewhere.
we had I pull out the guns or whatever.
Yeah, ask Sticky Mouse if she can make ammo for these.
So Sickly Mouse is like, you hold it out and she has her goggles. She pushes a button and it's like zzz, and she's like looking at it. She's like, very well constructed. And she like tries to and she like bites it.
Why are you doing that?
And she's like, don't. Quiet you. And
Okay.
she like looks down the barrel. And she like points it right at Vance, and she goes click click click.
Oh my god.
And she's like, yeah, not working.
Yeah, obviously.
She's like, yeah, looks like it's out of ammo.
Can you make ammo
She's
for
like,
it?
maybe, but I would need like Ring 2's power sources to make it work.
Okay, so bottom line, we need to go back and get more power.
Yeah.
That was
seems
happening.
And she's like, oh wait, there's one more charge. And she points at Vance, and he goes click. She's like, just kidding.
I don't even know you. Why are you doing this to me?
She's already like not paying attention to you. She's already looking at something else.
Well, I'm just saying, like, getting the canister is not that big of a deal because I can teleport. I remember where they're at. And we've been
Yeah,
there
he can
before,
teleport,
so
that's
I can
true.
just
He can-
teleport
yeah, he
us there, grab some, and teleport us back.
Right, but now you don't have a ship.
No, I mean teleport us back to this island.
But she said she needs those to make ammo for the weapon.
Yeah, to make ammo for the weapon, but like, so Roland kind of chimes in and is like, yeah, mate, the guns that I had on my ship were like cannons. That looks like a little pea shooter. We're gonna need something a lot bigger to break through. Like
Caroline or Rhea has a ship, correct?
And
Yeah.
Lucan goes, yeah, about that.
What?
This gets better and better.
What?
And he slapped again, Lucan.
You know that is so Lucan too.
Yep. I've been practicing my Lucan lately.
Yeah.
I've been
You're
trying to.
Doing pretty.
good job.
I'm trying to be as AJ as possible.
I think you're doing
Yeah, about that.
okay. So
Very much Lucan.
Yeah.
what about the ship?
So, so I went to Ring 7, just to check on it. I because hey, why not? I mean, we have the ship. Why don't we not check on it? Got there and it was gone. There was a note. It was kind of scratched into the rock that we kind of parked it at. And the note said, IOU and then -G.
Guido.
Look at Guido.
Freaking. Okay, Obi. We are teleporting to my ship after we get our canisters.
That is awesome.
I owe you.
I don't even know these characters, but I already love
Great.
them so much. Ah,
Close the door.
Oh, sorry.
Oh man, fucking Guido.
I just look at Luke and I'm like, are you... He really took the ship. Really? Well, he's dumb. He probably doesn't know how to get through the barrier because obviously Roland is the only one that knows how to do it. So he's got to
I
be.
can see it. I can see it now. After that's said, Rhea like looks at Obi, be like, "Give me the fucking wand. I need to talk to Guido now."
Guido.
And then you send him a message like, "Give me my ship."
No, I'm not even going to send him. I just legitimately want you to teleport into the middle of the ship and be like, Guido, you are giving me my ship back. Okay, so we could possibly get a ship. But have you, so to Lucan, have you tried to look for the ship since you've seen the note?
Yeah, I did. Didn't really know where to start because I didn't even know the dude was back in Natural World. I figured he'd still be in the Astral Sea. I would assume that when we left, Spiz and Guido probably tried to talk to us a few times. Obviously, not getting any response because, the Chandrian were fucking blocking everything. So they probably assumed we were dead and moved on. Apparently, again, I don't know if it's him. But obviously, it's fucking him. What other asshole would sign his name G?
Yeah, why are we even questioning this?
Yeah, but I have not been in contact with him. I've tried to send sendings and have gotten no response. So I don't know where he is.
So, but do you think, because since Roland's the only one that's been able to get through the barrier there, that he's probably within, like, these rings?
I would assume, well, here's the thing, though. The reason why I wanted to go get the ship is because it has Ring 2 technology. It has Ring 2 guns, which could...
Fair enough.
And Roland's like, yeah, exactly, mate. Like, it's the only thing they can get through. And so he's like, yeah, that was the plan, is to go get that so we could go and see what the fuck's going on the other side of the barrier. But the ship wasn't there. So he might be, other than Roland, the only person that could get to Ring 1 and back again. Get through.
I still want to try to teleport to my ship. But
you need to know where your ship is, don't you? Or
no,
do you just need to know
I describe the inside of my ship and he can teleport right to it. Like,
Okay.
as long as I perfectly describe the inside of my ship, then he will be able to teleport us there.
It's worth the fucking shot.
Which theoretically, since it's Rhea's ship, she should, unless Guido changed shit. If he changed things, then it won't work. But if it's the same as it was, then theoretically she could give me an accurate description and we could teleport onto the ship, no matter where it is.
Oh boy, oh boy.
If that's what you guys want to do right now.
Well, we need to get the canisters first, regardless, probably.
Right, but the ship doesn't work on... so you want to get the canisters because you want to get that rifle working.
I mean,
No, we
why
want the gun.
not? I mean, why not? It's a cool gun, yeah.
Right.
I
We
mean,
do that too, yeah, but we also need machinery or guns to get through the net as well.
The
I'm
Deus
also
Ex Machina has guns, but those are powered on crystals, which Rhea has.
which I have. Again, that's why I'm wondering how he took the ship. You need the crystals to run the ship. And
Lucan's like, I thought the same thing. I figured with Sickly Mouse, like maybe she could figure something out, and Sickly Mouse is like, nope, need the crystals. I tried I would have tried everything, but apparently Ring 2, at least the old Ring 2 model stuff, has to be run on those crystals. So he already asked me that, and I said no. He's like, yeah, I was explaining that.
Can I have my gun back, by the way, Sickly Mouse?
Oh, she threw it. She handed it back to you.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, and I have the crystals, so I
Right.
don't know. You know, he must have gotten some.
So yeah, he must have gotten crystals somehow.
Okay, all right.
Guido
So
is a G, I guess.
he's a little. He's a
He's Guido.
He's and a liar. Keep that in mind. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm surprised you can see over the dashboard.
A couple phone books.
What's the game plan, guys? I mean,
Well,
It's
Roland, is
certainly a
there
motley
any...
crew in this room.
Roland, is there any... Can we all fit in your ship, Raya? Like, is it big enough for all of us?
So there's living quarters enough for. So like you guys are rolling around with 4 people for the most part time plus Spirit. You can probably keep on maybe an extra 2 passengers and live comfortably. I mean, you can cram people into this ship, but not live comfortably because. And also, I mean, thank God it is the Deus Ex Machina, because if it was a regular ship, you know, it takes a couple days to get between rings. The Deus Ex Machina can do it in a couple hours.
Yeah.
So yeah, as far as living on the ship, no. But like just transporting from people from A to B, yeah, it's just not very comfortable.
Okay.
Like if everybody in this room was in Rhea's ship, it would be crowded. It would be cramped.
so.
Um,
Okay.
Roland, is there anywhere you want to go?
He's like, I don't know where to go now, mate. My ship's gone, so my business is kind of just fucked. Glad I'm alive, but I don't really know what me and Lily are gonna do now.
Well, we'll get you a. We'll find
What if we fixed up your old ship eventually, at some point in time?
His old ship is like in pieces, falling onto ring 3.
It was just a suggestion. Right now, it seems like our best course of action is to get the Deus Ex Machina. Is that what it's called, or whatever the fuck?
Yeah, it sounds like you need to go get that ship.
Well, I don't think we should teleport everybody inside the ship.
Well, that's why I was asking if Roland wanted to go anywhere, because I was going to teleport him and his crew somewhere, you know, wherever they wanted to go, and then the rest of us, we could go to the ship.
He's like, I'm just trying to think of any place that's actually safe nowadays. I mean, I'm just trying to. Sorry, I got to start my whole life over again now. Everything I had was on that ship, and that was our home, and that was the way that we survived and made money. So let me get back to you once you guys figure out what you want to do. I'll let you know what me and the boys decide.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad.
It's more Roland
Well-
losing shit.
We are
if-
Jake.
if-
I'm so sorry.
If worse comes to worse, Roland, I know the organization's always looking for members, so you can probably join them.
You are you playing Lucan now? What's going on?
No, I'm playing Obi.
Yeah,
I'm playing Obi.
okay. But how would
But you-
Obi know that the organization's looking for members?
Well, I'm sure they're down members because they
Okay,
told
but
me
Obi doesn't-
that all that's left is that. So I'd be like, all right, well, they're down members. Why don't you just join them?
He's like, no offense, mate, but it sounds from what I've just been hearing, looks like even you guys take too many risks. Plus, that little girl that he points at Sickly Mouse, she scares me.
I understand that feeling.
And like she turns and looks at him and like does like this big toothy grin.
Plus, he's got, you know, a 7-year-old.
Yeah, like
Yeah, you
he's like I can't really like. Yeah, we lived in a pretty like, but it sounds like the organization's doing a lot more crazier shit than even what he was doing.
Yeah. Okay.
Would you be satisfied just staying here on this island
He's
for a
like,
while?
there's not much. If you guys were to leave, like we'd be stranded here.
Well, we wouldn't do that to you.
No,
Right,
we wouldn't.
he's like,
be
please don't
forever.
do that, because like there's nothing here, mate.
We're not going. I was just asking. It was just a question.
Yeah, it's a nice island and all, but it's a nice cabin, but yeah, I'd rather not.
So we need a ship, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
I want to go back home.
um. So I walk up to Missy and Lucan, because I'm assuming they're still next to each other, right?
Yeah, they're just sitting in the chair. We're just
Right.
listening to this conversation. There's not much
Right.
else to do. They're eating. They probably finished their stew by now.
Jackson
Right.
stands up and goes, I say we go to the ship. And then he walks out and goes to the pond.
Okay.
I walk up to Missy and Lucan, but mainly I'm directed towards Missy.
Yeah.
I want to ask, like, how did you manage to pull him from a different plane of existence?
So it took me a while to develop it, but I essentially developed what I call a dimensional anchor. Ultimately, I can you can put your essence into into an item. That as long as that item and you are on the same plane, you cannot be removed from it. So ultimately what I did was tied Lucan's essence to his dimensional anchor, and Lucan holds up it literally looks like a piece of metal that like think of a cross. It's a piece of metal, and it has three fork that comes down. So this kind of like the Blair Witch symbol without the circle. But there's
Could you do that to someone else?
She's like, I suppose, like, yeah, I would need time. It took a long time. I mean, now that I've figured it out, I guess I would take a little less time, but
Why are you asking?
What
I think he knows
what-
exactly why he's asking.
What do you need in order to do that?
Honestly, time and, like, you know, now that I've met you, I mean, the more time I spend with you, the easier it's going to be, because, like, you know, the more I can enchant it to be about you, then, you know, the quicker I can do it.
You are realizing that I want to pull someone else from a dimension, not me, right?
That, or, I mean, you guys just got your asses kicked out of a dimension. If you ever plan on going back there again and making sure that the exact same thing doesn't happen, something like that sounds really useful.
Can you do it for all four of us?
You say that in character?
Yeah, I'm saying that.
She's
that
like,
character.
essentially, yeah. I mean, it might take a while, but
But you could pull someone that you've never met before.
no, not that
to
I've
this
never met
plane of
before.
existence.
I did it with Lucan because I've obviously, you know, we were boyfriend and girlfriend.
Or
So you have to meet the person.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. The more time I spend with you guys, the faster I can enchant the item. If I've never met the person, I can't pull anybody. It's just like it's a totem. It's a charm that you can carry. That as long as this item is also in the same realm as you, you cannot be forcibly taken from it. So when I completed it, it took Lucan out of from the Feywild where he was and put him where the token was.
Is there any way you can teach me how to do that?
I guess. I mean, you can. You kind of have to feel it. I mean, you have to watch me make one or two, and then you might be able to get it.
Okay.
We have our way back into the Feywild, I guess.
No.
So you just need
you have an item that if and when you ever get back to the Feywild, and you plan on taking down Waldo again, he doesn't just go boop boop boop, and then you guys get tossed back again.
Right.
Because
So we
that's
have a
why,
way to stay into
yeah,
the-
that's why you guys get your asses kicked, is because your will saves are so low. Because, and your will saves are low. What if you add it up? It's like these dimensional anchors make what he did to you impossible.
Well, that's a future solution for a future problem. For now, I agree with Jackson. We should go and get the ship.
So when you say that you need to spend time with us, you just need to spend
Just
time
spend
around
time
us?
around you guys.
Okay, Obi sits down right in front of her.
Okay. Well, I mean, there's a table in front of her, but you can sit next to her.
Yeah, I'll sit next to her then.
Okay. So now...
Obi's a very literal person, guys.
Yeah. Well, it's just funny. It's just like, there's AJ's current character, his girlfriend, and then AJ's old character.
Yeah, but he's like a 13-year-old boy, so
Right.
it's not too weird.
Yeah. So Jackson has left the room. The crew members are kind of all hanging out with each other. Roland's like, "All right, mate. Unless you got anything for us, if you could do us a favor and drop us off in Kareem, that would really help us out."
Is he talking to me?
Yeah.
If you can describe the exact location you want to go, oh yeah, sure, I can do that.
He's like, all right, yeah, it's just it's like the last place anybody would actually want to put up a church of Asmodeus, because it's, in the middle of the desert, and I mean, it's the capital city of Ring 3. You guys, the group has been there before. And it's actually where you ran into him before. So he's like, I have connections there, and maybe we can try to start a life out there. And he describes pretty much like a Agrabah kind of style city. He's like, it's on the ring right below us. It's on the biggest continent of the ring, and just describes like the building, like essentially very well, because he did used to live there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, yeah, then I tell him to, him and his crew to, hold hands and, gather in a circle and
Yep. So
look
everybody.
where to go.
Hey, I'm not ready. Rhea goes and hugs him.
Right. I was saying.
Oh,
It's-
right.
It's like not a goodbye yet. Like,
Right. So Roland's like, all right, Raya. Well, unfortunately, our time was a bit shorter than I had planned. Good luck on your adventures, and hopefully I can see you again someday.
well, like
Sorry about your ship.
I give him the remaining of the tiny little bit of gold I have, which is 200. I give it to him.
He's like, Raya, you are about to venture off and take on some hardcore stuff, and he you have a coin purse, and he hands it back to you. He's like, you need this more than we do. We'll be just fine. Me and Lily we're strong folks, and we always pick ourselves back up when we fall down, and we just keep moving.
I want to help because you helped. You lost your home, so here's this to help you find your new home.
He's like, all right, well, if you insist.
I do.
He takes it and puts it in his pocket, and Lily's again holding on to Roland's coat, and she's like, "Bye. It was good meeting you."
Bye.
Bye.
I give him a hug.
Be
and
safe.
Tell him to be safe and see each other again. We're sorry that you lost your ship and
Yeah. Yeah. So everybody kind of goes around Obi, and everybody kind of holds hands. Roland nods to you guys. Lily waves, and they're no longer in the cabin.
I feel a bit sad now.
I know I'm a little sad. He's gone.
He was
Hi.
very nice.
Jake.
Don't fail skills challenges.
Jake,
Yeah.
so when we arrive, I'm assuming we arrive on, safe and everything.
Yeah, if we're gonna cut away, Obi is standing in. I mean, the temperature wildly changes. It's like super hot now and dusty, like you're in a desert. But you are in a city. Like you are up like on a rooftop. That's kind of all the houses are flat, like made out of mud. and everyone's kind of standing on it. But there is a way to get down, and you guys aren't super high or anything like that. But you can hear that there's like a bustling city and bazaar around you.
Okay. Well, I asked, this is the place you wanted to go, right?
He's like, "All right, man. Yeah, good job. This is nice. I wish I could do that. That's would save me a lot of time and effort and loss of life, honestly." Again, why couldn't you have done this? Honestly, now, dude, don't get me wrong. I do appreciate it, but if you could do this the whole time, why with all the bugging about?
Well, I can only do it a certain amount of times, and I wanted to save this particular spell for emergencies, or if we're about to go to sleep, and then I can recharge my spells. I'm sure you know how the spells work.
I know they exist, mate. Don't know how they work.
Okay.
But hey, what happens. And it's where we are now. I do appreciate the lift, but yeah. Tell the big guy I didn't see. Tell him I said it was good meeting him, and good luck on your adventures, mates. Just send me a sending if you ever need me again.
Right. Well, thank you for your help, man. And I actually give him my 100 rubies
Okay.
that I got from the Astral Sea, because I don't know how much they are here, so here. I don't need them anymore. And then I also give him my chain shirt, mithril chain shirt.
It's like, oh, thank you, mate. This will set us up quite nicely. That way I
look,
can...
You helped us, and we kind of destroyed your life. So
again,
this is by far the least I could do, and honestly, I still owe you so much. And if you or Lily ever need help with anything, contact me or Rhea or one of us, and I will be there in a snap.
It's like, I appreciate that, mate, and Lily appreciates it, and now I can probably sell this mithril and get the rest of my crew the proper wages they deserve, so they can start their own lives and get them off on the right track, and we can all try to make lives for ourselves here, at least as long as we can. Hopefully, Asmodeus looks over this place, because who would ever want to build a church here?
Right. Yeah. So if you ever need any help, or you or Lily are in trouble or whatever, just get a hold of us, and I will be there in an instant.
It's like, all right, mate. Sounds good. Keep yourself safe.
You too. And I give him a little salute thing.
Yep. And he takes his hook hand and does the same thing.
Right. And then I just gone back to the cabin.
Yep. Obi's back. Oh, Lucan's there too.
So, did I miss anything fun?
No.
Yeah, it sounds. I would imagine they're just kind of like, all right, we'll be back in a couple minutes. It's like, oh, and then boop, there he is.
So, what's the plan?
I don't know. Are we getting my ship, or are we going to get the stuff, or?
Jackson and I said to get the ship.
Well,
That seems like our best plan of action.
Yeah, Jackson's
Right.
not in the room, remember?
Yeah. Jackson walked out.
Yeah, we can. We can get the ship. Do we want to do that now or in the morning? Because I just want to warn you guys. I've used teleport 4 times already, and I really only have 1 left. So.
oh, what time?
You guys were out at night, so it's actually almost morning time.
Oh, dang.
Granted, I only need 4 hours of meditation, so.
That's true. If we're tired, we should sleep, or you guys should sleep, but I don't know if you guys are tired or not. Are Lucan and them coming with us to find the ship? I asked.
Lucan's like, yeah, well, Missy's got to be close to at least one of you if you want your own dimensional anchors. And it'd be cool to get the ship back, for sure, because, you know, the reason why I tried to find you, Rhea, is because I assumed your mission was going to be done so you could help us with our mission, so if you guys can help us out too. I mean, I know that we didn't really leave the Feywild off that, like, finished, but this is getting really bad here. You know, we're down to help you guys, me and, like, the rest of the organization, but, you know, we just kind of want to know if you're going to help us when this is all done.
Oh, of course. What we do, I mean, we can do stuff while we're here, but we are trying to find a way back. But we are also trying to get to Ring 1.
Right, and he's like, I really can't, I hate the Feywild, man. I've said it before, I'll say it again, I hate that place. And I know kind of have a life here now, and there's work to be done here on the natural plane, so we're down to help you here, but, you know, if you guys are going back to the Feywild, I'm gonna have to stay behind.
I mean, that's
We're
fine.
not going back right away.
Right,
just
so
saying
what he's saying, he's like, we're down to help you guys as long as you guys, we'll scratch your back if you scratch ours, but I'm not gonna go to the back to the Feywild.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, he's just making sure it's clear. That's like we're down to travel with you guys, but at some point we would like some help. And two, I'm not going back to the Feywild. Whenever you guys get what you guys need.
But I'm just saying,
All right.
for it to the ship, are they coming with us? Is what I'm asking.
Yes,
I would.
I assumed you were.
Okay. Well, I would like at least 4 hours so I can meditate and get my spells back. So.
Okay, I'm hearing a lot of interference.
There you go. It's I think. Alright.
There it goes again. Looks like it's coming from Colin.
Yeah.
Let me see what I can do about that. I don't know why.
Alright, well, while we're taking a little break, I gotta pee. So, I'll be back.
What's it sound like over there?
Just like a low hum.
Let me see. Is it still there?
No, not anymore.
Oh, weird. Okay. Cool.
Oh, I didn't realize you guys were on my. Yeah, it looks like everybody bailed. I was going to ask Jackson if there's anything out there in the.
What's happening?
Unfortunately, I'll walk away.
Oh yeah, I hadn't. Sorry. Gotcha. I was like, who are you talking to? Because I had it on mute.
I don't know if Colin can hear it.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Well, that's just what I was asking. Like, I just didn't know if, like, what their plan was. Like, I don't know what you guys are trying to do. It was like, I get that they don't want to go back to the Feywild. That's not what I was expecting to happen.
But at some point, I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah, no.
You're gonna think there's work to do.
No, that I understand,
Yeah,
but I'm
so hopefully AG or Lucan join the organization, or what was left of it.
yeah. I'm just saying, like, well, we're going to Ring 1. Like, do they even want to go to Ring 1? Is, like, also what I'm getting at.
Right.
Like,
And what he's saying to you is like, well, I didn't think that you guys would have an agenda. you guys got back. I figured when you got back, like, oh, we wrapped up the Feywild, everything's good, and now you can help me with this. But that's not the case.
I understand that. But essentially, we're going to get France's family. I don't know if they want to tag along for that, is what I'm getting at. Like,
Right, and I'm sure that, what he's saying is like, yeah, they'll pretty much let you know, like, hey, we got to get back to work. Like, but hey, it's good seeing you. I'm glad you're not dead. You guys got shit to do. We're here to help. But and plus, again, if you want the dimensional anchors, you got to stick around Missy.
yeah. So we can... Well, plus we don't know how long it's going to take.
Nope. There's a lot of things to still do.
Is there a time we have to stop tonight at all?
We're getting close.
Yeah, I know. Biz has to work in the morning, and so do I. So.
Oh, okay.
Stop. So the session started. We're getting towards the end of what I have prepared.
All right, I got about 20 minutes before I gotta take off.
All right.
We were just discussing
That'll work.
that.
Yeah, I have a good. If we can get to it, I've got a good stopping point.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not that far.
Okay. So Opie's gonna meditate at 4 hours. So we don't know where the ship is. So hopefully the spell works. Maybe it won't, because maybe you're right, Dorito could have changed it to where it does look different on the inside. But I'm also going to describe the outside and like
Right.
the ship and every little detail I can think of, about the ship.
While this is all going on, Jackson's going to re-enter the room, collect all the dishes that were used, and head back out to the pond.
Okay. Yeah,
Well, that's what I see. I wouldn't have thought of that.
I'm making a good wifey, bro.
Jackson.
But yeah, we tell them that. Oh, and I was gonna say, I was like, so we should probably be prepared, ready for a fight. 'Cause Guido might not be thinking about the ship. Like, technically it is mine-ish, kind of. It's more mine than his, so we'll see what will happen here. Hopefully we will get it back. And again, we go to the Feywild. You guys are more than welcome to use the ship in my absence.
And Lucan's like, fantastic. I was kind of planning on doing that anyway without your permission.
I understand that, but I'd rather you have it than Guido.
Right.
Guido's just going to use it to steal shit, not even help people. Like, all to be fair, I'm still reminding everybody, it's Rhea's ship, technically-ish.
Well, it's Guido's now.
Nope.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Just kidding.
He doesn't, he has no idea who I'm with anymore. Plus we have sickly mouths. Like, come on, like,
Yep.
And Tempe, man, he would just take two of them in like a bear hug and just be like, man, like, this is not even breaking a sweat.
Yep. All right. So what's the plan?
After
Has the 4 hours gone
Yeah.
by?
Yep. Jackson cleans up. You guys are. I mean, you guys are getting a little tired because again, you sprinted all day, fought on a ship, had a crazy conversation with people you didn't expect to have. It's been a long fucking day, a real long day. So you guys are getting kind of tired. So it's up to you if you want to sleep and then we can do morning, or if you are going to do what you're going to do now.
Well, you said it was kind of almost morning.
Yeah, I'm saying, but you've been up all night.
Yeah.
I can always sleep on the ship.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, if we're not going to be, like, hurt by it or anything, we should, I can wait.
With that 4 hours of meditation, I'm not fatigued anymore, correct?
8 hours.
It's 8 hours.
Sorry,
man.
what was that? Oh, 8 hours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, also, you should use, Nyx to heal you. Because I don't know if you're still at 16. I mean, I'll use the rest of my channel energies real quick here. So, because if it's going to take you 8 hours, then we might as well take a rest.
Yeah, because I'm fatigued too.
If it's going to take you a second. So I'm just going to use my last channel energies.
So then are we sleeping then?
Yeah, we might as well sleep and get rid of the fatigue thing. Because I know I have it and Vance has it. And Jackson, don't you have it?
Yeah, I've got it too.
So, yeah. So everyone heals 11 more if they need it. And then whatever Nyx can give you.
This is going to be...
If not, since I'm going to be resting, I can use more of my cleric spells, the Cure Light Wounds. Which is...
You guys get all healed up?
Hold on, I'm going to do this real quick.
So, Jake...
Yes.
So I go, okay, so I'm hurting pretty bad, so I'm going to heal up. But in order to do that, I need to take out my friend, and I don't want you. I'm talking to like Lucan and the organization, and I don't want you guys to be freaked out about him or anything like that.
Yeah, and Lucan goes, "You mean that thing?" And he's looking at your second shadow. It's like, yeah, that's a problem.
Well, it's
No.
I'm surprised you didn't see this.
Oh, I've seen it, but it's different than what you think it is. Once you get to know him, kind of, he's been very helpful.
He's like, remember the last one, two shadow thing?
He's also from, which I don't know if they've explained. He's from a different planet. She doesn't.
And Lucan looks at you confused, like, what was that weird word?
He's from somewhere else. He's not from my understanding, the natural world, the astral sea, or the Feywilds. Like, he's not from any of those places.
Right. And we can have this conversation between Lucan, but if he's got to be going in 20 minutes. We can't have this conversation again.
Yeah, we can just quick fast track and say that Ray had told him everything that Obi told him, and Obi can confirm, and then we're all good.
Speed of like, okay, weird. Anyway, but it's the Feywild. I guess anything. I mean, shit. We saw weirder ships.
So if you want to help us, get the ship back, and we just need at least help to get to Ring 1 since we need it to get past the barrier. And again, once we go back to the Feywild, you guys can continue using the ship, obviously what Lucan was going to do anyways. So if you want to help us get it back from Guido, or for whoever has it, then we can use it to get on out of here.
Right, so...
Like a plan to me.
So yeah, I I summon, or I tell Nyx to come on out.
Yes.
So, and then I use his...
Everybody except for Tempe kind of jumps a little bit. Like, Tempe still doesn't move. Like,
Yeah.
perfectly stoic. Like, everybody else is like, whoa, what the fuck is that thing? And Lucan's like, did you bring a fucking Chandrian here?
No. He's not a Chandrian.
And you explain that it's not a Chandrian.
Well, I mean, Obi can explain it, fast track.
Exactly.
Fast track. It's not.
Everybody now. Yeah.
I also tell them that I'm a summoner and the difference between a summoner and a wizard and sorcerer.
And okay.
Okay. Yeah. After the overall press stuff, if everyone wants it, I think as well. Just to take it all.
Yep. As long as everybody's has the stats they want to start with the next session with, I'm going to do pretty much the epilogue scene, which is, but this is in character. This is also not like the last one. I'm just going to fast track to what's going to happen here.
All right.
Okay.
You guys messed up, and you guys heal, that kind of stuff. You guys wake up in the morning. I'm assuming the plan is to teleport inside the ship, correct?
Yes, but in a stance, obviously, so we're prepared for anyone to attack us and stuff.
So, Obi, He gets everybody around him. Everybody's all with their spells back, stuff. They're fed, well rested, healed. Everybody stands around Obi, and Rhea describes the ship's interior the best she can. And Obi mutters his phrase word to teleport, and boom, you guys are on. Rhea knows on the Deus Ex Machina.
I look around.
Yep. Everybody else looks around, and you guys are like encased in like what essentially is a spaceship. And it's a little crowded with everybody in here, but not so bad. Looks like just like how you left it.
How does it? So is it like a blimp more so than like a pirate ship?
It looks like the ship from Firefly.
Okay.
So wait, there's no one on the ship?
Nope.
So it's like trapped in like rock or something?
Nope. You look out the cockpit window, and you're in a hangar.
Oh, so he just snatched it, that little fucker. So he did. Oh.
So, you guys look around. Rhea, right now, like the door's still open and stuff. Like there's still 3 crystals in the ship. It takes 6 to run it.
Yeah.
So the ship's like door's still open. So Rhea pretty much punches some buttons, beep beep beep, and the door, the cargo bay door opens. You guys walk out as a group into this large hangar. It's just the ship in the hangar. And there's a door that you guys see. It's the only door in this room, other than the big like rolling door that would open up to let the ship go out. You guys open this door, and you guys find yourselves in a office.
But what if we don't want to go through the door?
It's the only thing to do.
Yeah.
You guys open the door, and there is a halfling sitting at a desk going over papers. He looks up and sees somebody come through his hangar door, and his eyes bulge open. It's Guido.
Is that the end, or are
That's
we
the
able?
end.
I'll say, is that the end, or are we able to talk?
Punch him in the face. No. Well, all right.
All right. Well, good job, everybody.
Sorry.
I wouldn't say good job. We kind of fucked up the one thing we did this session.
You
but-
guys, you're using skill challenges. But everybody have fun.
Dude, yeah, I didn't expect like any of this to happen at all. It was all just kind of came out of nowhere for me, at least.
Yeah, there's a lot of old faces and new faces, and
All new to me.
but
I have a character at least.
yeah, there's. At one point, I'm just gonna read. I mean, obviously, if people have to go, they have to go. But yeah, hopefully you guys had a good session. I enjoyed it. I think it was one of my more enjoyable ones. For me,
I really
anyway.
liked Roland's character.
Yeah, Roland's OG,
Yeah.
man. He's an OG character from like literally the first session.
He's
Yeah.
very noble, and I appreciated that.
He's a great character. It's just every time he meets us,
I
he
know.
gets screwed over every single time.
Yeah.
Well, what's unfair is that Ray is the only original one, so it's like, great, it's me. Awesome. Like, or he just has some really shitty luck.
Yeah, but he won the lotto, so he can't actually lie.
That's all his luck. That's all he gets.
He used it
The
all
one
up.
good thing that happened to him.
Yeah, I'm kind of so. I mean, out of character and all that stuff. When Lucan was talking about trying to get people to help his cause, like I'm literally surprised that Lucan talked about Guido, but mentioned nothing about Spiz.
Yeah, nobody ever brought him up.
Yeah, which is kind of interesting, knowing who Spiz is.
Yeah, well, I mean, it said, if you guys would have brought him up, Lucan would have talked about it, but
Right.
we'll save that for the next session.
There's a lot going on, okay?
There is a lot going on.
A lot more than I thought there would be.
Well, because to be fair, Guido and Spiz were together, whereas Lucan and Rhea, went somewhere else. So, yes,
Right.
Lucan, no, but I guess that wouldn't have thought of Rhea to ask, because, he's been gone a while, too, 5 years. So,
And what happened to Skelmos again?
Skelmos got killed during the battle
The leech
with
thing, right?
with the against the Lich, which caused
Yeah.
the double shadow and caused this undead army to take over Glenhaven. He died in that battle.
Yeah, and that he mainly died because we split the party, and it was Lucan and Skalmos to defend this city of undead people,
Yeah,
while
but
everyone
he's-
else.
Yeah, but he said it was okay. He had cleave, so we
Yeah.
believed him.
That is what he said.
He
But
said, "Don't worry, I got
it was
this.
not
I got
okay.
cleave."
It was not okay because Skalmos died, and then Lucan died pretty much immediately after.
Right, and that was
So-
the first time a character had gone to the Library of Zeal.
right.
But yeah, anyway, yeah, just I guess I was just surprised that it didn't get brought up because
If it would have gotten brought up, I had it locked and ready to go.
yeah,
I mean, to be fair, Rhea wouldn't have thought to ask Lucan, because he's been gone a while, too. Guido was with him on the little boat, so...
yeah. Anyway, that's just I just found that surprising. But yeah, anyway, I'm actually quite interested to see what he's been up to since then, because I know I wrote an epilogue for him,
Mm-hmm.
but depending on how long we've been gone, I don't know how much of that epilogue he's gone through.
7 years.
Right.
Well, I mean, since 7 years since Spiz.
Yep. So it'd be interesting to see how much of that he's gone through.
Well, he's old, right? So,
He's old for an orc.
Well, yeah, because most orcs die in battle. half
Right,
the time.
exactly. It's not because
Is
of
he
old
a-
age. It's because, wow, you don't usually see an orc this old because most of them get killed when they're fucking, 18.
So Spiz is the full orc?
No.
He's half.
Half orc, okay.
Yep. Real quick, I said I was going to say this for the record just so I have it recorded. This is the entry that I had sent AJ when he died in the Feywild, that he did not really share with you guys.
Well, no, I did. I kind of explained sort
well-
of what happened.
Yeah. Ultimately is you were in a black-gray world that he had gone to before the last time he died. You're on a beach looking out into endless water. Suddenly a voice calls your name next to you, and your brother is sitting in the sand, also looking into the water. His brother goes, I don't know if I would do it differently if I could go back. If we all end up here anyway, what's the point? What is the point of following a good god? You may look down on me for following Tiamat, but if the world out there is all we have, then why not take what we can while we can? That's what never settled well with me about the Golden Dragon. But hey, you followed his teaching and you're still alive. At least most of you is. Your brother looks up at you and gives you the first genuine smile that you can remember in a very long time. It looks odd after not seeing it for so long. You look at each other for a while and smile. The smile on your brother's face falls. He looks puzzled. Then his eyes go wide and he blinks out of existence. And then he wakes up staring at the ceiling of that tunnel that he died in, next to those mushrooms.
Huh.
Because Missy grabbed the wrong dude.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, no, it was. I think it was a fun session for me because there was a lot of things that it's like You guys get to see like how a lot of things that you didn't think were connected actually are.
I'll say I enjoyed this. This.
I mean, the fact that 7 years passed alone since Jackson and I were in there in the Feywild, and then 2 years more for Rhea.
Yep.
Like,
Shit's
that's
all
like-
fucked up.
Yeah. That means my sister is older than me now. Like, that's
It's okay, I'm still the youngest.
weird for me to think about.
It is weird, yeah.
Fuck, dude, yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen about my family and how that all fucking worked out.
Mm-hmm.
Guess we'll find out later.
Yes, we will.
Also, I have a question. In this hangar, were there other ships in it?
No, it was just the Deus Ex Machina.
Oh, okay. Oh, fuck. Mine. Take it. All it's ours now.
And we have Luke and Missy. Wait, no. Who else with us again?
Yeah, Tempe, Missy, Sickly Mouse, and then us.
And Lucan.
And Lucan, yeah.
So yeah, that's all. I mean, just again, Sickly Mouse and Tempe alone. I mean, they can do some crazy stuff.
She's like, I don't even care about Lucan as long as Sickly Mouse and Tempe are back.
No, I just meant.
I
like,
know. But yeah, dinner is done, guys. So I'm gonna eat. I am starving.
All right, man.
All right,
Everybody.
take it easy. I am out and to bed, so...
All right.
All
Good night, man.
guys. Have a good
Yeah,
night.
I'll probably be sleeping soon.
All right, see you guys next time.
Yep,
Bye-bye.
see ya.
Bye.
Bye.